at Sanjay Gandhi Institute of Dairy Technology, Patna, which is under Bihar Animal Sciences University, Patna. He is specialized in dairy microbiology with a basic qualification in dairy technology at graduation level and has also experience in the area of dairy processing. During his 33 years career, he had an opportunity to serve a couple of prestigious dairy processing plants in Haryana and Punjab before starting his career in academics, which helped in executing a variety of techno entrepreneurship programs in his career. He was instrumental in executing a variety of techno entrepreneurship programs under the various government schemes in the Bihar state, which showed a remarkable impact in the upliftment of the rural economy. He is a life member of 12 different societies or organizations and presented research papers at different national and international conferences. He is involved in teaching assignments in BTech and MTech students as well. He published 45 research papers, 2 manuals, 25 technical or extension bulletin or book chapters, and 2 books. He has received so many awards, including the Best KVK Scientist Award, Distinguished Scientist Award, and Best Teacher Award 2017. He is president of Dairy Technocrats Association Bihar since 2017 and founder general secretary of SPFCA Pasu Patna and currently holding the charge of vice president of this society. On the behalf of organizing team SCIDT Patna and NADCL Baramulla Jammu and Kashmir, sir, I welcome you for this session on daily food opportunity and challenges. Thank you very much, sir, for joining us today. Now over to you, sir.
Thank you, Dr. Sonam. Good afternoon to all of you. And first of all, I would like to give my thanks to the organizing committee members for giving me an opportunity to deliver a talk on a very important topic, that is functional dairy foods, scope, opportunities, and challenges. So here we will mainly discuss about different kind of food items which deliver benefits beyond basic nutrition. So, as all of us idea about the ancient scripts of different religions recognize the role of diet in health and nutrition, and the present generation should be grateful to our ancestors for their expertise in recognizing the role of human health, role of foods in human health, and also in identifying and developing a varieties of food products. So if you talk about today's today's world, there have been dramatic advancement in the field of food science and technology. And a number of different kind of food products have been developed based on different you can say different type of food means fabricated food or formulated food introduced in the world market. And these food products have a magical impact on the human health. So a number of new terms have been appeared in the world food market. They are foodiceuticals, nutraceuticals, juiceuticals, therapeutic food, pharma food, then designer food, medi-food, superfood, biofoods, bioactive foods, then performance foods, dietetic food, probiotic food, prebiotic food, symbiotic food, power food, energy foods, ethnic food, convenience food, geriatric food, natural food, organic food, a sportsman food, or a sports drink. And the most common name used for all these exciting and revolutionary power food, which play an outstanding role in human health, is functional food. So the present need and market demand is driving our scientific community, all the researchers, or you can say all the dairy technocrat or dairy professionals, to rethink about all the inherited foods, and various combinations need to be identified, developed, and improved upon the product based on the factors like availability. That is very important. You have to see the abundance, whether it is available in your area or not. Adaptability is also very important. Ease of preparation, then present market demand coupled with nutritional and therapeutic values. So today's food are not intended to only satisfy hunger and provide necessary nutrients for human, but also to prevent nutrition-related diseases and improve physical and mental well-being of consumers. So, if you talk about food which we are taking in our daily diet, it satisfies hunger, provide necessary nutrient. And if a particular type of food, in addition to these two, if it starts giving some kind of beneficial effect on human health, uh, like it prevents nutrition related diseases and improve physical and mental being, it is considered as a functional food. 2005 years ago, Hippocrates, who was known as father of medicine, given a famous quote that was, "Let food be thy medicine and medicine be thy food." And he was correct at that time. Uh, Now this definition may be revised to, "Let functional food be thy medicine." And this can be elaborated as, instead of relying only on medication to treat diseases, functional food products are another way to combat symptoms as well as diseases. This concept is increasing the interest of people in food which could provide additional health benefit. And the whole philosophy behind this is focus on prevention. So something that people or animal eat just to satisfy or fulfill their hunger or fulfilling the nutritional and metabolic requirement is considered as general food. And when a food or different kind of food ingredients which you are deliberately using in a particular type of food, which is extracted from different food items, which provide health benefit beyond meeting basic nutritional need, is considered as functional food. In general terms, people are using three different terms like natural foods, organic food, lesser evil foods. So a food which is free from artificial ingredients and process-induced modifications, it means you have not given any kind of manufacturing operation to that particular food. That is called natural food. And the organic food is independently certified. You have not given any kind of pesticide or any sort of insecticide or fertilizer treatment to their plant, and if you are getting your food from that kind of plant, it is considered as organic food. And lesser evil foods, that is low sugar food items, low salt items, then low fat food items, and some are pesticide free items. So all these are considered as a food. So a particular type of food which provide energy and nutrient necessary for survival is considered as a general food. But the term functional food in use today conveys health benefits that extend far beyond mere survival. So food that can provide an additional health beneficial effect in addition to its traditional nutrient is considered as functional food. So how it is produced and how one can go for manufacturing for a typical type of fermented food item. So first of all, we have to identify different type of food product, naturally produced food items, and what are the important constituents, what are the beneficial things present in that particular type of fruit or vegetable or cereals, pulses, etc. And just after identifying those valuable things, we have to have idea about the different type of extraction method. So just we have to extract those valuable things from natural food items, and thereafter we have to go for purification process, and thereafter some kind of bioactive ingredients will be produced or will be isolated. So just by mixing it in or adding it or enriching some natural food item, we can produce a typical type of nutraceutical or nutritional supplement. But when you are giving some kind of processing treatment and proper packaging is given for that, it will be converted into a final product will be formed that is considered as a functional food. Some very common things which are generally found in different kind of functional food items. What are those things? Just it provides antioxidants, It also reduces inflammation. Then it helps in preventing different kind of diseases. Then supporting gut health and immunity. Then it also provides prebiotic and probiotic. We most of the participants are from dairy field. They have idea about prebiotic substance, probiotic substance. So it also reduce pathogenic bacteria and microbes. So what is happening in when you are manufacturing a particular type of functional food? In our dairy industry, we are preparing different type of fermented dairy product. What is happening? We are using some kind of a starter culture which are deliberately selected and for achieving targeted goal. So it is helpful in disease prevention. It also improves our gastrointestinal condition, and a number of different kind of prebiotic substances are there which people are using as a food and fuel for different kind of probiotics. That is also very important. They also have so many beneficial effect on human health. It when you produce, or when the number of these probiotic microorganisms will increase, then it start reducing the different kind of contaminants which are present in or some kind of pathogenic microbes which are present in the system. So it is very important. Till date, if you talk about the definition of functional dairy products or functional food, there is no any universal accepted definition of this. But as per the Health Canada, functional food as being similar in appearance to, or maybe a conventional food is consumed as a part of usual diet and is demonstrated to have physiological benefit and or reduce the risk of chronic disease beyond basic nutritional functions. So here also you can see that there must be some kind of physiological benefit. And at the same time, it should reduce chronic diseases, reduce the chances of different kind of chronic diseases, in addition to providing basic nutrition. Then European Commission has given a different definition, that is foods to be functional if they have beneficial effect on one or more functions of the body and are still in the form of food, not a dietary supplement. So here also you can see that there must be some kind of beneficial effect on the human system. And one of the most important organizations, that is American Dietetic Association, as per them, foods that include whole food and fortified, enriched and enhanced food have a potentially beneficial effect on health when consumed as part of varied diet on a regular basis at effective level. So it is also very important that at what level we are consuming it, and what should be the effective level of that particular functional food item. So in general, if you consider all these definitions, so in another word, we can conclude the definition in general term, that is foods that provide additional physiological or health promoting benefit beyond the well-established functions of nutrients contained in foods is mainly considered as functional food. As per the American Dietetic Association, there are four categories of functional food. The first one is conventional food. Second one, modified food, medical food, foods for a special dietary use. So what is conventional food? Most basic of the functional food are which we are using in our daily diet. They haven't been modified by enrichment or fortification, or it is present in natural state. So all fruits and vegetables fall into this category because they are rich in phytochemicals such as lycopene and lutein. So there is no addition, no fortification, no enrichment. They are considered as conventional food. And the second type of food, that is modified food, that is all different type of food available in the market which are some kind of enrichment treatment given to that food item, fortified with some other valuable items, or enhanced with different kind of nutrients or other beneficial ingredients. Examples of modified food are calcium fortified orange juices, then folic acid enriched breads, margarine with plant sterols, then energy drink enhanced with herbs. In our field, pouch pack, you must have idea about pouch pack milk, how people are using vitamin A and D, and it is especially used in different cooperative sector plants. So the third one is medical food, food which is formulated to be consumed or administered under the supervision of a physician, or which is intended for a specific dietary management of a disease or condition for which distinctive nutritional requirement based on recognized scientific principles. And it is main thing that it should be taken under the supervision of physician. And the last one is food for a special dietary use. Uh, these are similar to the medical food, but they are available commercially and don't require the supervision of healthcare provider. So it is also very important. And the healing power of foods is popular concept that focuses on how superfood can have protecting properties. So it is very important. Sometimes you have to mention something special about the different kind of food product you are launching in different market. That is, suppose you are marketing cereal product, then you have to mention that cereal is significant source of fiber. So the supervision of healthcare provider is not required in case of special dietary uses of this type of food item. So now, if you see the historical development, so first time Japanese people considered different kind of functional food product, and they considered it as a food for a specified health use. And these products help to prevent different type of diseases. It also provides a specific medical or physiological benefit in addition to the primary nutritional benefit. So main thing is this, that whatever nutrients we are taking, that is there, but in addition, there must be some kind of medicinal effect or therapeutic things should be there. So since then, there have been an increasing number of investigation. Every day, if you start moving in nearby market, 9 to 9 market, supermarket, or some other medical shop, you can see a number of different kind of fabricated or formulated food item, and people are considering those items for solving their so many problems. So current evidence for the health benefit of most dairy foods and dairy component is based primarily on in vitro and in vivo animal studies. And human clinical studies are still needed in many areas. So many products have been introduced and people have developed so many combinations, but still they are lacking for different kind of clinical studies. So bioactive functions associated with dairy products and their components is also very important. And if you see the global market availability of these functional food product in global market, it is known as functional foods, functional beverages, and dietary supplement. So these three terms are generally used for different type of functional food products. Now, why functional food is so important? So food products fortified with a special constituents that causes advantageous physiological effect. So what is happening? We are extracting some valuable things from different food item, and we are combining, adding, or fortifying in a particular type of valuable food just to improve the effectiveness, and it also provide nutrition beyond normal maintenance, growth, and development. So whatever nutrients previously present in that food item, you are simply increasing the effectiveness of that food item, and it is also helpful in the maintenance, growth, and development of different class of human being or different group of human. So it also improves general physical condition and decrease risk of disease evolution. So it is also helpful. And The next one is contains bioactive compound, effective non-toxic amount, prevents, manages, or treats chronic diseases. So it is also very important. So many bioactive compounds are there. Even when we are manufacturing different kind of fermented dairy product, so many antibiotics, antimicrobial agents are formed. So many bioactive peptides are formed, which have a very effective role for preventing, managing, or treating different kind of chronic diseases. So if you talk about the market condition of different kind of functional dairy product or functional food, functional foods are one of the fastest growing segment in the food industry, and it is already become a part of our dietary landscape. So it is very important nowadays, and the market condition is increasing like anything. This is one of the most dynamic sector in food industry in terms of product development and international expansion. So while large food companies harness largest market share, there is a scope for a small and medium enterprises also. And they also successfully identifying untapped opportunities and building up a specific market situation in different areas. So different areas have their different type of preferences. Accordingly, as small companies have started producing different kind of functional food. As per the recent report, the global functional food and beverages market size in 2023 is about 333.34 billion US dollar, and as per the same estimate, the total market value for 2024 is predicted 364.18 billion, and the estimated value predicted for 2032 is 793.60 billion. And you can see the compound annual growth rate is about 10.23%. You can see the development in this particular field, how it is increasing. The global functional food market continues to be a dynamic and growing segment of the food industry. Everywhere you can see people have, in many research laboratories, in many dairy science college, people have started incorporating different type of valuable food items in different type of product. And if you go through the fermented dairy products, so many valuable things have been tried by different researchers or different laboratories or different research centers. So here in this table, you can see the condition of different type of products. The main dairy products are here. Just by going through this slide, you can see the percentage of dairy products, how it is important in world market, and the maximum share, that is about 38% share is there holding by this particular dairy product, followed by meat, fish, and egg, bakery product, followed by bakery and cereals, then meat, fish, and eggs. Thereafter, soya product, fat and oils, and other food items. So if you talk about the Indian functional food market and see the condition of 2023, the total market size was about 12.28 US million, and it is expected to reach up to 27.96 million in the year 2030. And again, you can see the market in Indian condition also. The main product is dairy product, followed by bakery, then fish, meat and eggs, followed by soya product, fats, and oil products. So this is the present scenario of our country. There is good scope of developing different kind of functional products. Now, if you talk about different players who is involved in manufacturing of different kind of functional food in our country, FDC India is there, Hindustan Unilever Limited, then ITC Limited, Nestle, Britannia, Godrej, then Amway India, Dabur India, Patanjali Ayurved, Danone India, GlaxoSmithKline Consumer Healthcare, Abbott Nutrition, Himalaya Wellness, and Sun Pharmaceuticals Industries Limited. These all are involved in manufacturing of different type of functional products. So at present, different groups of functional food items are in prebiotic foods, probiotic food, fat-related food, salt-reduced food, sugar-reduced food, antioxidant, symbiotic food, and phytosterol. These are the different groups where a number of different type of functional foods are available, and people have developed so many different combinations, so many different ingredients extracted from different natural food items were fortified, enriched, or added for producing different kind of product. So the functional food which are generally available in world market, and this is the main group, that is probiotic. You people have idea about probiotic, that is just for life, and lactobacillus and bifidobacterium is considered as completely safe for preparation of different type of fermented dairy product. You also know about prebiotics. What is the main work of these probiotics? This is just providing food and fuel for the selected microorganisms which you are using or selecting for achieving certain targeted effect in your final product. So inulin, fructooligosaccharides, galactooligosaccharides, soya oligosaccharide, gylo oligosaccharide, isomalto oligosaccharides, or pyrodextrins are the different prebiotics used in for different purposes and just for increasing the growth of probiotic microorganisms. But one thing is very important to consider here. There must be some kind of compatibility, because each and every strain have you have to match a particular strain with a typical type of prebiotic substance. And a number of food items are there in which different kind of complex carbohydrates are found, and that can be used as a pulp, as a powder you can use for manufacturing of different kind of dairy product. So next one is functional drink. These type of product are mainly used for weight control, nutrition beverage, as a nutrition beverages. You can use also energy drinks, sports beverages, ready to drink coffee and tea. The next one is functional cereals, oat-based product, barley-based product, then beta-glucans. So these all are very important. So many functional cereals nowadays available in the market, and diabetic people have started using this kind of food formulation. Even a person suffering from cholesterol problem, they have also started using this kind of food items. Now the next one is, which is very promising and very important nowadays, that is functional meat. So meat product with added functional ingredients. So many vegetable proteins, dietary fibers, herbs, spices are people are using for preparing this different kind of functional meat. Then meat products also modified during processing, production of bioactive peptides during fermentation or curing. So many people are manufacturing, so many industry have started manufacturing of different kind of fermented meat product or fermented fish product. And during the fermentation of these things, a number of different kind of bioactive peptides will be formed, having some kind of beneficial effect. Now the next one is reformulated meat product. What is happening in this? We have to give some kind of treatment, and just for reducing the fat content. Cholesterol reduction is also very important, and nowadays very people have started producing that kind of meat product. Also reduction in sodium and nitrite level, then improvement of fatty acid composition is also done by these kind of meat product. And the next one is enriched egg. It is also very important. Eggs enrichment through supplementation of animal diet with functional ingredients such as N3, long chain polyunsaturated fatty acids, vitamin E, selenium, CLA, conjugated linoleic acid, and luteins. All these are mixed in different kind of food formulation. And when you are giving or using these kind of feed formulation for your eggs, for other animals, automatically it will go in their product. And just by doing this, you can improve the functionality of that product, that type of product. Now, the key market drivers. It is very important to have idea about the preferences and requirement of different countries. So, functional food product market in Europe is driven on the basis of health claims. So, what are the requirements of German people? They simply prefer a food item which is helpful in boosting immune system, for promoting health bones, promoting health teeth, gives energy and promotes health gut. So these kind of product, if you are exporting, automatically you can send your product to the German market. And for United Kingdom, they prefer a product which gives high level of energy, promotes healthy bones, promotes healthy teeth, reduce risk of health cancer, lowers cholesterol. So it is also very important to think about different countries' requirement, and accordingly you people have to start your manufacturing operation business, and accordingly you have to select different kind of ingredients available in different type of products. Then the if you talk about the third European countries, that is France, they also required a typical type of functional food product which gives energy, lowers cholesterol, increase or decreases increase disease resistance, then boost immune system, prevent constipation. So all these things are very important for when you are producing a particular type of functional product, especially for the market of these countries. So here in this table, consumer attitude towards functional foods have been shown. How frequently consumers purchase foods that promote a specific health benefit. So in the lower side, you can say different type of food formulation given: whole grain, high fiber product, yogurt with acidophilus culture, probiotic, then iodine enhanced cooking salt. These all are different products mentioned here, and the consumer percentage level is mentioned in the left side. And in chart, 4 color is used. One for blue color is for never purchase this kind of product. By how many people have never purchased this kind of product can be observed by just saying this blue color chart. Then rarely purchased items are donated by this brown color, occasionally by gray color, and regularly by this yellow color. So just by going through this chart, you can have idea about the liking or disliking about different type of functional food available in the world market. So on the basis of that, you can conclude that we should produce this kind of formulation, or we should fabricate this kind of food item for this class of people or for this area of people. Now, it is very important to know about the manufacturing operation, how we can produce different type of functional dairy product. So first of all, it is very important to isolate the desired component. Whatever food item, natural food items are available in our country or in the world market, you have to have idea about all the nutrients or all the constituents which are there in the system. So, and at the same time, how you can extract those valuable nutrients, or how you can extract in commercial basis. So just after extracting those items, we have to study the functionality of those items just to establish the functional properties of those isolated or those extracted substance. And thereafter, you have to decide about different techniques which we are using in our processing industry, that what are the possible techniques are available for incorporation of desired component into the product. So it is also very important. And thereafter, when you produce your final product and ready for launching in the nearby market or in the national or international market, verification of efficacy is very important. And at the same time, whether your product is safe or not, you have to study about the safety of that final product. So these things are very important. Now, significant functions, most of people have idea about this, that antimicrobial activities is there, including control of gut microflora. Then you all have idea about our intestine, that the total length of our system is 28 feet, and last 5 feet is very important for anyone's activity, and that is also called powerhouse of your body. So it is modulating the whole system. If some kind of probiotic microbe is there in the system, that will helpful in immunomodulation. It also helpful in anti-cancer, binding Escherichia coli and cholera enterotoxins if present in your system. Then antioxidative opioid effect, then retard osteoporosis. It is also helpful, especially if old people are taking, when if they are suffering from bone density problem. So people of that kind can take these kind of different functional dairy products or functional food items. So we are mainly concerned with the milk and dairy products, because our talk is functional dairy products. So milk and dairy products have been associated with health benefit for many years. And why it is so important? What are the valuable things there? Protein, bioactive peptides are there, vitamins are there, minerals and conjugated linoleic acid is there. So many different bioactive activities can be achieved just by taking a cup of fermented dairy product or some other type of milk or milk product. What are those bioactivities? They're simply modulating digestive and gastrointestinal function. Then also controlling probiotic microbial growth and immunoregulation, accelerating bone growth and maintaining bone health. So it is also important. So if you are taking milk in your daily diet, automatically you can make your bone healthy. So maintenance of cardiovascular health is very important nowadays. Prevention of obesity and diabetes. People are expending lakhs of rupees for reducing his fat or controlling diabetic problem. So just by taking a different kind of product, milk product, you can solve this problem also. And anti-tumor activity is also very important, especially colorectal, bladder and breast cancer related abnormality. So numerous studies reveal that higher intake of dairy product, particularly low-fat milk, is associated with decreased risk of colorectal cancer. And a number of different chemopreventive components are also there in milk and milk product, like vitamin D, butyric acid, and sphingolipid, conjugated linoleic acid, probiotic bacteria in fermented dairy, and they all have a very potential chemopreventive activity. Now the next one is, in this slide, I have tried to give idea about different kind of conditions or different product which we are manufacturing in our dairy system. So it is different kind of fermented, as all of you know, that fermented milk product are widely consumed worldwide. So different type of microbes people are using just to achieve certain type of changes in final product. A number of different type of antibiotics are produced. A number of different kind of flavoring compounds are produced, lowering the pH, increasing the acidity level. So many antibiotic substances are released. So modification by the action of microbes, or whatever enzyme these microbes, selected microbes are produced, these are helpful in some kind of desirable biochemical changes. And sometimes people are using different kind of functional ingredients already extracted from different compounds or different products, just to improve the effectiveness of that fermentation system. So dairy products have shown a strong foundation towards the development of functional food and dietary supplement with the addition health promoting innovative ingredients. Fermented dairy products are effective detoxifier. It is very important that you can use it as a detoxifier and are capable of removal of high range of heavy metals from the body. Nowadays, these things are very important because if you export your product in European countries or Asian Pacific countries, you have to face this problem. If any heavy metals is there in the system, they are simply rejecting the lot. But if it is my personal advice that if you are taking different kind of fermented dairy product, and if you are suffering from some kind of abnormality due to this heavy metal, you just bear the problem. And additionally, when fermented dairy products are supplemented with the probiotic, they increase the content of essential nutrients like vitamin B12, B6, K2, biotin, then protein, essential amino acids, and fatty acids in the final product. So this is also very important that just by taking a typical type of fermented product, you can fulfill the requirement of all these constituents or all these nutrients which are highly beneficial for our system. Then probiotic produce a range of antimicrobial substances such as lactic acid, acetic acid, formic acid, propionic acid, ethanol, diacetyl acetaldehyde. These all are the end product of different kind of fermentation. And by the action of different type of probiotic, you can produce these strong inhibitory compounds which have a very strong inhibitory action against different type of contaminants or different type of pathogens which may be present in the system. So therefore, functional dairy products were recommended as an alternative to boost immune system, especially among children and elders, and lower the cholesterol level. Now, lactose intolerance is also very important. It is seen in so many small child, and you can say so many age people are suffering from lactose intolerant problem. So this problem can be cured by consuming functional dairy ingredients, because probiotic strains of Lactobacillus acidophilus and Bifidobacterium bifidum improves digestion of lactose by secreting lactase to digest lactose, which otherwise cause so many abnormalities in human being like diarrhea, bloating, and abdominal pain. So functional dairy based probiotic products are also have anti-cancerous properties. As what is happening in this, it simply hinder the growth bacteria which convert pro-carcinogens into carcinogens and increase acidity of intestinal tract to alter the microbial activity and to reduce bile salt solubility. So probiotic also help in lowering down the cholesterol level. So they deconjugate bile acids, enhance cholesterol consumption, and eventually reduces the final cholesterol level of our system. So whatever functional foods we are producing that can provide health benefit to our gastrointestinal system, different diseases of intestine, then cardiovascular system diseases, immune system diseases, allergy, nervous system diseases, cognitive system diseases, and weight control, obesity, aging, and dental health. So all these problems can be solved and can be cured by using or taking different kind of fermented dairy products. So what are the need, why it is prepared, and need for value added functional dairy products are given in the slide. The functional dairy product which can prevent or slow down the muscular atrophy, bone degeneration, and indigestion in geriatric population and elderly people. So it is helpful in maintaining the health of old age people. And protein enriched functional dairy foods are very important for growing kids, children suffering from malnourishment or protein malnourishment, and lower lactose or lactose-free formulation preparation, especially for newborn and those individuals which is suffering from lactose intolerance. Then the whey protein supplement. It is nowadays very common. Whenever you are going to any gym or any health club, people will start recommending different type of whey protein supplements. And nowadays, so many industries in our country have started preparation of different kind of whey proteins. So whey protein supplement and a sports drink for athletes is very important, and people associated with fitness or bodybuilding industry is using this kind of preparation. Then the other preparations which is rich in calorie, mineral, vitamins, etc., which is highly beneficial for pregnant, lactating, and postmenopausal women. So low fat functional dairy product containing reduced fat or fat replacers for people suffering from obesity and cardiovascular diseases. So these are the most important things when you are considering or when you are thinking about any type of fermented dairy product. So value addition is also very important, and it is nothing but to add some value to the product or services just for improving the quality, functionality, or appeal. And by doing this, you can increase the marketability of that functional product. Consumer satisfaction is also very important when you are producing a typical type of functional dairy product, and naturally you can increase your profitability by increasing the volume of your product. So if you talk about the different research center, NDRI, one of the apex organization, they are producing these different type of functional dairy product like Arjun herbal ghee, low cholesterol ghee, functional lassi, aloe vera supplemented probiotic lassi, functional dahi, reduced calorie, pera, herb incorporated barfi, chana based kulfi. So all these products are widely accepted in different corners of our country, and people have started manufacturing these functional food products just by taking information about the manufacturing system. So how you can produce these food items in your plant. So composite functional dairy food with functional ingredients. First, food fortified with phytosterol. You know that most of the phytosterols are available in different vegetables, fruits. However, cream cheese, mayonnaise, salad dressing, then yogurt and other food are also intended as phytosterol enriched food. So it is very important and nowadays frequently used in preparation of so many food items. The next one is casein phosphopeptide. It is casein derived peptide. In one lecture, I think he has explained about different kind of biopeptides as well as different kind of casein derived peptides also. So these casein derived peptides that have phosphorus bond and have ability to bind number of macro elements such as calcium, magnesium. These compounds are highly beneficial for human health. Iron, trace elements such as zinc, barium, chromium, nickel, cobalt, and selenium. So the enhanced dietary bioavailability of calcium is also very important, and this can be obtained from milk and dairy product. And the next one is conjugated linoleic acid. It is also very important as it is present in our cow milk, buffalo milk in good amount. It is trans fat not produced by our body, usually found in dairy products and meat from ruminant. Milk and dairy product, butter, cheese, yogurt seem to contain the highest amount of CLA. It may add weight loss by boosting the metabolic rate, boost immune system, help prevent certain cancer, and help preventing different type of heart problems. So human milk is also very important. Considerable amount of oligosaccharide is there in human milk, and it plays an important role during postnatal period contribute to the establishment of a specific intestinal flora dominated by bifidobacteria. Bifidobacteria. You have idea about the bifidus factor, why mother's milk is so important. The postnatal stimulation of immune system and defense activity of human milk against viral and bacterial infection and the enhancement of bioavailability of these different minerals is very important when you are considering and when you are manufacturing a particular type of functional dairy product. So development of functional food products and the process for bringing functional foods to the market. So what is important here? Phytonutrients analysis is very important. What are the valuable things? What is the specificity of that particular compound which you are extracting from a particular type of food? Then preclinical screening is also important, whether it is beneficial or not. If you are going for these processes, you can say that your product is perfect, and whatever product you have extracted, or you can say purified, that can be added for achieving certain goal, certain health benefit effect can be achieved. Thereafter, choosing food vehicle. It is also important to select a particular type of food through which you can fortify, add, mix, enrich your product. So proper vehicle is very important. And in this, you have to identify the compatibility or match with that particular food item through which you have to feed or send to the human body. Thereafter, you have to go for different type of clinical trial, which is very important. Without clinical trial, you just can't recommend those products for human consumption. And thereafter, you can think about the product development, marketing, epidemiological studies is also important. And when you are launching your product in the market, so market surveillance is also very important. So all these steps are very important when you are trying or when you are thinking to produce a special type of functional food product or functional dairy product. So these are the processes for bringing functional food to the market. First, you have to identify the relationship between food component and health benefit. Thereafter, you have to demonstrate the efficacy and determine intake level necessary to achieve desired effect. Because it is very important to examine this thing, that how much quantity is required for getting desired effect in human being, and demonstrate safety at efficacious level. So whatever amount, if you are using the required amount of that particular functional food item, so whether it is safe or not, you have to see the efficacy of that. Develop suitable food vehicle for bioactive component. It is very important. Then only there must be some kind of compatibility or good match with the other food component in which you are adding or mixing. Then demonstrate scientific sufficiency. I have already discussed that very few trials, human trials have been conducted till date. So we have to go for that also, communicate benefit to the consumer, customer, whatever functionality is there, whatever important attributes are there, you have to transfer those information to the consumer. Then only they will start purchasing your product. And the last one is conduct in market confirmation and efficacy and safety is very important. Whatever product is you are manufacturing, you have to study the shelf life of that product, whether it is good and can give beneficial effect to their consumer till it is marketed, or what is the safety level, whether it is safe to consume in the recommended dose. If you are giving certain amount or recommended to take certain amount for different class of people, automatically whether it is safe or not, you have to give information about that also. Now, The method to enhance active components in food. Uh, Manipulating the diet to get maximum level of active component, combination of food gradient rich in functional properties, fortifying food with active ingredient, fermentation of food product, changing food habits to natural type of diet. So all these things are very important when you are talking about the method for enhancing the active component in food. So these are the functional dairy ingredients mentioned in this right side: minerals, lactoferrin, vitamins, growth factors, cytokines, then enzymes, immunoglobulins, conjugated linoleic acid, growth factors, and cytokines, then lactose and oligosaccharide. All these are casein and whey protein. These all are have some kind of functional effect on human system. So these all can be used for manufacturing of a newer kind of product. So if you talk about the milk constituents, so main milk constituents are carbohydrate, fat, protein, vitamins, and minerals. So the different valuable constituents, or you can say the milk fat components, which have functional properties, are conjugated linoleic acid, omega-3 fatty acid, oleic acid, vaccinic acid, phosphosphendolipid, then butyric acid, 1,3-methylene tetra decanoic acid. Then if you talk about the milk protein components, whey protein, casein, lactoferrin, alpha lactalbumin, peptides, milk fat globule proteins. So all these are very important as far as the functionality is concerned. Then other milk components are also very important, like calcium, lactose, vitamin A, D, K, and then oligosaccharide, nucleosaccharides, probiotics, potassium, phosphorus. So all these other milk constituents are also very important and can be effectively used in preparation of different kind of food items. So most of the things covered in this slide I have already explained: prebiotic, probiotic, vitamins and minerals, flavoring agent, plant, fruits, and its derivatives. The other things which are very important, which I have already told you, that a number of different type of products are there in which people have started adding omega-3 fatty acid or different kind of polyunsaturated fatty acid like Eicosa pentaenoic acid and docosa hexaenoic acid and beta carotene. These are very frequently used in different kind of medical food items or different type of food formulation, or you can say in especially for manufacturing of different kind of superfoods. Now these are the biological activities of major cow milk proteins are given here. So the different type of protein is mentioned here in left side, and the suggested functions are given in the center, and the total concentration gram in per liter is given in the right side. You can see that how many important functions are solved, and how many work can be done by different type of proteins mentioned here. Casein is for helpful in as a iron carrier, precursor of bioactive peptides, then lactose synthesis in mammary gland. If you talk about this alpha lactalbumin, it is lactose synthesis in mammary gland. Calcium carrier immunomodulation is there. Then beta globulin is there, that is for retinol carrier, fatty acid binding. So many things are there. Lactose peroxidase, you all have idea about lactose peroxidase LP system in dairy industry, what we are doing for preserving raw milk, equimolar concentration of lactoperoxidase enzyme thiocyanate. Then hydrogen peroxide is used for improving the shelf life of our raw milk. So it is even beneficial in preparation of different kind of food formulation. Lactoferrin is also very important. Lysozyme have also some kind of microbial effect, synergistic with immunoglobulins and lactoferrin. So wherever you are using immunoglobulins and lactoferrin, you can use this lysozyme just for improving the effectiveness of functional properties. So these all are the biopeptides derived from cow milk protein, and these are the bioactivities opioid agonist is the main function by first five bioactive peptides, that is nothing but decrease gut mobility, gastric emptying rate, then increase amino acid and electrolytes uptake. And uh, if you see the antimicrobial, you all have idea about antimicrobial immunostimulants is also very important, and immunopeptides are there which are uh, alpha and beta casein is precursor for the that. Then glycomacropeptide, which is a common name known to all dairy technocrat, it is and the protein precursor of this is casein, and that can be used for anti-stress. So here antithrombotic is also there. It is a drug that reduces the formation of blood clots. So if you are using these kind of bioactive peptide, you can get a specific effect on human system. You can get a specific effect. You can cure a particular type of abnormality. So the next one is probiotic. All you have idea, lactobacillus and bifidobacterium, most important microbes. In addition to that, people are using lactococcus, enterococcus, propionibacterium, and saccharomyces. So under saccharomyces, myces, cerevisiae, and boulardii is the main microbe which which people are using for manufacturing of different kind of fermented dairy product. These are the different groups of different under lactobacillus. These are the different microbe used for manufacturing of different kind of functional dairy product. Bifidobacterium, other lacto lab, is also important for manufacturing of fermented dairy product, and these can be used as a probiotic substance. So many strains are there recommended by different research institutions: Enterobacter faecium, Faecalis, Lactococcus lactis, Streptococcus thermophilus, Diacetylactis, and intermedius. These all can be used as a probiotic microorganism. Bacillus cereus, Escherichia coli, these all are pathogenic in nature, but some strains are there which can be used as a probiotic microorganism. So Clostridium butyricum, Propionibacterium, then Propionibacterium frutaricae is also non-lactic acid bacteria which is used in manufacturing of different type of cheeses. So these are the important roles of probiotics in, especially in human health. So modulation of intestinal flora is very important. It produces so many different kind of antibiotics which inhibits food pathogens. It also helpful in lactose intolerant. It is already explained. Anti-carcinogenic activity is also there, inhibit tumor formation. Then serum cholesterol level can be controlled by when you are using this probiotic. Liver function, brain dysfunction, for detoxification you can use different kind of probiotic food item. It is also helpful in fighting fungal and yeast infection. It assists in alleviation of dermatological problem and arthritis condition. So all these are beneficial effect, and we have to choose a particular type of probiotic food item for solving these kind of abnormalities of human system, human being. So these are the criteria for selecting different kind of probiotic strain. If you consider the functional things, antagonistic properties should be there: cholesterol, metabolism, immunomodulation, and anti-mutagenic and anti-carcinogenic properties should be there when you are selecting and considering the different functional properties. If you consider the safety aspect, automatically you should choose a particular type of probiotic which is isolated from human system. Then it should be non-pathogenic in nature, no toxigenic properties should be there. And if you talk about or consider the technological aspect, in that case, whatever operation you are giving, manufacturing operation or manufacturing treatment you are giving, that should be viable after the production or after getting treatment, which is essential to get during the manufacturing process. So good organic, organoleptic and sensory properties. So these two things are very important. when you are considering it as um, technological aspect, when you are considering. Then the next one is physiological. Tolerance of gastric juices, bile tolerance, pancreatic juices, then saliva. It should be uh, survive in that condition. And one very important thing is adhesion to epithelial cells and mucosal surface. It is very important because whatever microbes you are selecting for producing a typical type of fermented product, that must have some kind of implantation ability, and it should adhere on the mucosal wall, and just to maintain the permeability of an internal system. And whenever a person is suffering from diarrheal problem or suffering from constipation, people are using these type of fermented product having good probiotic strains. So a best example is yogurt. A number of different type of fruits are mixed in different kind of yogurt, and it is available everywhere nowadays. Now these are the targeted health effect. The postulated mechanism is given in this side. Acid formation and lactose digestion I have already explained. Now the resistance to entering pathogens. So many changes are taking place when you are adding or when you are bringing fermentation by the use of a particular type of prebiotic, probiotic substance, microbe, secretory immune effect, colonization resistant, alteration of intestinal conditions, which is less favorable for the pathogenicity. So it reduces pH, short chain fatty acid, increased bacteriocins are produced. So all are very important for creating resistance for different kind of pathogens. Now, it also have some anti-colon cancer effect, that is because of the mutagen binding carcinogen deactivation, then inactivation of carcinogen producing enzymes of colonic microbes, immune response, influence of secondary bile salt. So all these things are very important, and nowadays people have started using, whenever a person is suffering from cancer problem or some kind of tumor is there, people are combining different kind of probiotic food items with different type of medication given to them. So it is very important nowadays. A small bowel bacterial overgrowth is there, it also check it. Then it also is strengthening the non-specific defense mechanism of our system by providing immunity, making our system strong and improving the self defense mechanism of our body. Then modulation against infection and tumors. It is also very important because the antigen specific immune responses and enhancement of secretory immunoglobulin A production. Then allergy can also be cured by this. Then blood lipid, heart disease, assimilation of cholesterol within bacterial cell, and it increases excretion of bile salt due to deconjugation by bile salt hydrolase antioxidative effect. So it is very important nowadays. A number of different formulations are there. So many beneficial probiotics are there which have this kind of effect, and a number of different kind of food items people have mixed just for providing different type of prebiotic substance which is there in that fruit or different kind of food items. It is also helpful in curing urogenital infections, and infection caused by Helicobacter pylori can also be controlled by different type of probiotic substance. The summary table for dairy probiotic product is given in this. So many products have been introduced in the world market, and in daily life people have started using this. Yakult is very frequently used by a number of people in metro cities. Then probiotic ice cream, conventional yogurt, bio-yogurt, then probiotic milk, people have started using it in their daily diet. So now something about opportunity and challenges. Population growth. You know that we are growing very fastly, and the rate of growth is about 2%. You can imagine the population growth in our country. So it is rapidly accelerating, intensifying the pressure on the food production. And this leads to higher food insecurity, more greenhouse gases are released, and there is large scale environmental degradation is you can observe. So food production therefore need to adopt to accommodate a growing population and a changing climatic condition. Different type of foods are required, different trends have been set up by different group of people. Obesity, a burning abnormal condition in human being, and so many persons are suffering from chronic diseases. Just for solving the problems of all these things, people are bound to develop, people are forced to develop different kind of food formulation, especially based on their problem solving characteristic. So studies focusing on attitude suggest that one thing is, I just want to mention that female are more likely to consume functional foods compared to males. Studies focusing on attitude suggest that females are also more positive about functional food. As for one reference, I have just gone through. That's why I have quoted this here in this slide. So if you talk about current challenges, regulation and labeling is very important. Then consumers awareness and acceptance is also very important when you are considering to go in manufacturing business of this different kind of functional dairy product. Then product performance, flavor and taste is very, very important, because on the basis of that a consumer can judge your product quality. Then market competition is very important, because so many players are there who have introduced their product in the world market, and very competitive conditions have created in recent times. So few more very important challenges which I have mentioned in this slide, that is availability of skilled manpower, that is very important. So researchers and consultants are also required for developing a good functional food product. Then regulatory system is also very important for making and sales management system. And consumers demand, we have to produce different type of functional food product, and we have to provide or place it in market at right time as per the consumers requirement. And for that, research and development is also very important. A number of different type of consultants, researchers, scientists who are responsible for maintaining the standard and the consumers demand is also important. And for investment advice from business expert for starting any business is also very important. So these are the challenges, and because it's a new area, and in our country also a number of different players have started producing different kind of functional product. So they all have to consider all these things before going in the details about manufacturing operation. So I have also given few slides based on the cereals, then pulses, then oat, all have some kind of vegetable and fruits. So many things are there. People have simply extracting those vitamins, those minerals, and different kind of carotene, fiber content, and mixing it or adding in some other type of product for getting or improving the functionality of those fabricated products. So many phytochemicals are also. So a number of different kind of fruit products and vegetable products are there which have different kind of beneficial compounds. So just by extracting those compounds, and nowadays it is available in the world market, just you have to procure it, and you have to see the compatibility, and you have to choose a particular type of carrier, and you can start manufacturing a newer kind of formulation for a special class of people. Now a number of different herbal products are there which are having some anti-cancerous effect, antioxidative nature, enhanced immunity, anti-diabetic and heart protective effect is there. So that is also very important. So what is happening in our country? So many agri-food industries are there. They simply started producing different kind of agri-food byproduct, and these byproducts are given certain type of treatment, and thereafter all the functional ingredients are isolated and purified in laboratory, and thereafter whatever traditional food items are there which people are using in their daily diet, you have started adding those finer constituents or final that valuable things and producing. Here you can see the development of nutraceutical noodles. So just like this, so many food products incorporated with different kind of valuable constituents launched in the market. Now, something about the safety of functional food needs to be assessed. That is very important. Recommended dietary allowances is all very important. Then adequate intake, identification of biomarkers, substantive evidence is also very important. At the same time, if you are giving or recommending for a class of people or of a group of people, risk assessment is also very important. So all these things are very important whenever you are thinking to introduce or you are thinking to go in manufacturing of a special type of functional food item. So here in this slide, one thing is very important. So many scientific disciplines are involved for preparing or giving or recommending a particular type of functional dairy product or functional food items. Food science, nutrition, chemistry, biochemistry, physiology, and genetics, all are very important. So, and new researches in proteomics, nutrigenomics, and metabolomics and other discipline is helping to identify the biological basis by which food component promote health and wellness. So that is also important to study all these three new disciplines, that is nutrigenomics, proteomics, and metabolomics, that will contribute to the rapid development in the field of functional food. So nutrigenomics is defined as the interaction of dietary component with genes. The dietary component of interest can be essential nutrients. These are the vitamins, minerals, fatty acid, phytochemicals, retinoic acid, then eicosanoids. These all are dietary components. Then proteomics is the study of full set of protein encoded and expressed by genome. So proteomics identify the large number of proteins in the organism, maps their interaction, and analyze the protein biological activity. So it is very important to get idea about the interactive effect of all these things for getting maximum benefit effect or improving, for getting maximum functionality in your final product. And metabolomics is nothing but it is profiling, measuring the real outcome of potential changes caused by genomics and proteomics. So you can say that whatever functional food we are manufacturing or whatever functional foods available in the world market, they offer great potential to improve health and or prevent certain diseases when taken as a part of balanced diet and healthy lifestyle. So many food products containing component with health benefit are being incorporated many other beneficial components for desirable physiological changes. So these things are very important. As we have already discussed, that there must be some kind of additional effect, additional therapeutic values would be there, some kind of medicinal effects would be there. So nowadays functional foods are on peak demand because it is increasing consumers' awareness for healthy living. Everybody is talking about their health. Aging population. You can see the world. How much aging people number is increasing in different countries. So increasing healthcare costs, advancing scientific evidence that diet can have influence on prevalence and progression of diseases. So these things are very important. At the same time, when you are manufacturing a different kind of formulated or fabricated food. At the same time, the dangerous effect of many food must be examined. It should not be overlooked, and the functional food should be taken under proper supervision of nutritionists or other medical assistant if possible in your area. So milk and dairy product thus offer exciting opportunity in the area of functional food, and the functional food component in milk further serve to illustrate the value of dairy product in the human diet. So this is all about my discussion on this particular topic. Thank you. Thanks to all the participants of this 21 days summer training program. Thank you.
Participants, if you have any question, you can ask. Okay.
Hello, good afternoon, sir. Is I audible?
Yes, you are audible.
Good afternoon, sir, and thank you very much for a nicely presentation of these informative PPTs and presenting effectively. And these functional food course, totally you have completed today. And one thing you are rightly